Yeah. Hello, and welcome to another episode of This Tiny Kitchen with me, No, it's not Jamie. What's up, guys? It's me, your chef here in the tiniest kitchen. Today I'm going to show you something that's simple. You can whip up if you find yourself waking up from a nap, wearing jean shorts, and feeling a little hungry. We're gonna wash where my foot was, but let's see what we're making today. If you're worried that this guy in jean shorts is more sophisticated than you and the ingredients we're going to use are going to be out of this world, specialty shop, dad's organic produce, nothing like that. We're just going to be using coriander seeds, paprika, sea salt, chili powder, olive oil, and a little bit of secret something down here in this container, straight from Japan. Alright, so to start this off, we're going to go for a real crispy chicken skin. We're going to do that by setting our oven to 425. If you're real particular about your temperatures, you could do 420, 425, heck, you could even do 430. Doesn't matter to me, it's your chicken. So we're going to do, let's do 420 for fun. So to feel truly inspired, you're going to want to crack a Labatt 50. We're going to be consuming that, and if your paper towel is done, grab it from the toaster, and we're going to pat the chicken dry. So we're after that crispy chicken skin. We want to get as much water off as we can, so that's the next step. So we're literally just patting it dry, just like if you're getting out of the ocean and you're going to sit on some sand and you don't want it sticking to you. You're just trying to get everywhere, getting every little crevasse, and pat it dry. That's it. Once you remember you're going to be using a cast iron for the chicken, you want to put that in the oven as it's heating up. We want this to be hot, and it's the only way we'll know it's hot when the oven goes doop, doop. So I've been cooking whole chickens for a long time, and what I've found works really well is if you split the joint here so that the whole chicken, when you've got it in the oven, cooks at the same time. So I'm just going to cut the skin a little bit, and you're just going to grab and twist the leg up until you see that joint pop out. You'll do that to both sides, and that way when we put the chicken on the cast iron, it's going to sit flat, and we're going to be able to cook those thighs quickly. Pre-workout. Alright, so the next part is getting our seasoning together for the chicken. So I'm just going to order mine. There's no specific units or measurements I could tell you guys. You're just going to want to have the most paprika, a lesser amount of pepper, a lesser amount of chili powder, a lesser amount of coriander seed, probably more salt. This one can bounce around wherever, and then we're going to finish it with an oil. So instead of giving you guys amounts, this is the technique I use. Come on over to this bowl. So I've got a bowl, I'm going to mix it, and I'll just kind of spread it sideways. I'm picturing the chicken, kind of how much maybe I want in each bite, and I'm going to run through the ingredients. We got Jamie and the pepper here. And I'm just going to kind of layer it like I'm making stripes to help visualize how much I've put in. But that's just a technique I use, so you guys can do whatever you want. The flavor we're going after is salty, red-skinned paprika chicken. So I'll show you the end result. So the reason I like to do the stripe is I'll kind of freestyle it a little bit. It would be easier with measurements, but this is way funner. I'll look at what I'm planning on using and just picture this all over the chicken and if it's enough. So you know what, I think I need a little more, so I'm just going to start at the beginning and run through my ingredients again. So I think I've got enough in there. Yes, that's right, all the king's horses and all the king's men. Yep, we're going to need them. Bit of tape too. Okay, thanks. Alright, while we wait for all the king's horses and all the king's men, we're going to now add some oil into our spice mix. And we're just going to add it so that it's going to end up sort of liquidy, and we can pour it / rub it over the chicken. So I've just added a little bit. I'm going to stir it all in there, and it looks like it's probably going to be pretty close to the consistency that we're after. So you still want it grainy, you still want it free flowing, but if it's too runny, it'll drip right off the chicken. So this is pretty good. I might even go less oil. Sometimes if I put too much, I'll add some more of our spices to thicken it up. But this is probably going to work. So before I forget, we went to Kyoto. We got this screaming hot chili powder. They were serving it just on plain chips, just so you could try it. I thought it was really smart. I like salt and vinegar chips. There's no need to mess with them, so I don't eat it that way. But we're just gonna throw in a dash and it's pretty hot, so you don't need too much. We're gonna mix that in. We're gonna come over here, and we're just gonna start pouring the sauce onto the chicken, and I'm gonna use my hands. I'm gonna get in there and kind of rub it in. So we're just kind of spreading it out nice and evenly. Oops, a little dripped on my foot. Okay. So when you're cooking for yourself and making chicken, no one else is eating it, so you can get real weird if you want while you're putting it together. So I'm getting liberal with this. I'm making sure we get all of those salt grains and pepper chunks out. I'm gonna flip this thing over, and we're gonna put some on the back, and then it's gonna be ready to go in our cast iron. So once you've got the chicken colored in, and before you freak out, I know I said colored, you're probably thinking, I signed up for art class a long time ago and it didn't work out. Now I'm doing cooking class. There's no lines, you don't have to color inside of anything, there's no real patterns, just coat it over nice and gently. So we're gonna grab our hot cast iron. Woo, a little smoke in my eye. Cha, 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 cha. So we're gonna take the chicken, we'll lay it in there, make sure the legs and the wings are nice and flat. You can hear the sizzling. Gonna rinse off these hands and put in the oven, wait about 35 minutes. So this chicken's good from the east to the west coast. Like I said, 35 minutes. If you wanna sit patiently and count out 35 minutes, totally up to you. I'm just gonna use our timer here. So let's see, timer. 5, jump to 30, oops. And might not be done after 34 minutes, 34, but we'll check on it and then we can extend the time if we need to. Cooking is hard work. So once you start smelling your chicken from the other room where you're drinking brews, watching Amazing Race Canada, you want to come over. There goes our timer. And we're going to pull it out. We're just going to check the temp. We're going to go for the thickest spot. And we're looking for like 145, 160 actually. So not 145, 160. So let's just get right in there and we'll see what it does. I think we're going to make it. Think with me. Think with me. Just barely. So we'll probably pop it in for another couple minutes and pull it out after that. Here comes our chicken. Get in there, 7. As you can see, it's sizzling. I'm gonna get right into there. Woo! She's alive. And we're looking good. So that's it. That was our paprika chicken. We're gonna cut it up, eat it, whatever we want, clean all the bones. Save these drippity drips and maybe pour it over some rice. Thanks for watching. Oh my, it's hot. Woo! I like to get a bit of the meat. Oh, it's way too hot, but dip it in the oil. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that.